This magazine is called The Book, in which this video is based on. The link's in the description below. We're going to look at Path 2. It's called Blessings and Cursings.
And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and every one that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof.
This curse comes from the book of the law, as we see in this next verse.
The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
To get a better understanding of the curse, we must study the two mountains.
Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing, if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your God which I command you this day, and a curse, if ye will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God, but turn aside out of the way which I command you this day, to go after other gods which ye have not known. And it shall come to pass, when the Lord thy God hath brought thee in unto the land whither thou goest to possess it, that thou shalt put the blessing upon Mount Gerizim, and the curse upon Mount Ebal.
Here we see that Mount Gerizim represents the blessing, and Mount Ebal represents the curses. If we look in Joshua, we see that the Ark of the Covenant was between the blessings and the cursings.
And all Israel, and their elders and officers and their judges, stood on this side the ark and on that side before the priests the Levites, which bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, as well the stranger as he that was born among them. Half of them over against Mount Gerizim, and half of them over against Mount Ebal, as Moses the servant of the Lord had commanded before, that they should bless the people of Israel. And afterward he read all the words of the law, the blessings and cursings, according to all that is written in the book of the law.
So we have seen that the blessings and the cursings come from the book of the law, and we have seen that the Ark of the Covenant is what is between the blessings and cursings. Let's take a look at the curses. We can find these in Deuteronomy 28 and Leviticus 26. These curses are broken down into 4 parts.
I will even appoint over you terror, consumption, and the burning ague, and I will break the pride of your power, and I will make your heaven as iron, and your earth as brass. I will also send wild beasts among you, and I will bring a sword upon you that shall avenge the quarrel of my covenant.
These are the same 4 sword judgments that we saw in the pale horse from Path 1. Now let's take what we have learned so far and compare it with the similitude in Zechariah.
And I turned and lifted up mine eyes, and looked, and behold, there came 4 chariots out from between 2 mountains, and the mountains were mountains of brass. In the first chariot were red horses, and in the second chariot black horses, and in the third chariot white horses, and in the fourth chariot grizzled and bay horses. Then I answered and said unto the angel that talked with me, What are these, my Lord? And the angel answered and said unto me, These are the 4 spirits of the heavens which go forth from standing before the Lord of all the earth. The black horses which are therein go forth into the north country, and the white go forth after them, and the grizzled go forth toward the south country. And the bay went forth and sought to go, that they might walk to and fro through the earth. And he said, Get you hence, walk to and fro through the earth. So they walked to and fro through the earth.
We saw that the curses come from the book of the law, and here in Zechariah, we see that the horses come from between two mountains, where the Ark of the Covenant is located. In Path 1, we saw what each of the horses represented. We see that the horses that represent the four sword judgments go to the south and to the whole world. For we have transgressed the law and broken the ordinance. We are now in the second curse, the drought.
Right now at 11, a desperate need for rain. The Bay Area now in the extreme drought category. Nearly all of California now in some stage of a drought. And the Bay Area, we are in the extreme category.
This drought is really bad. It's one of the worst handful of years since the year 800 AD.
So that's really bad.
Yeah, it's really bad in any context.
Park Williams is a hydroclimatologist at UCLA. He says this is not just one long, hot, dry summer, but instead it's what scientists call a mega drought.
The last 22 years actually rank as the driest 22-year period in at least 1,200 years, based on tree ring records.
As we've been hearing, the severe drought across the West is causing many problems. My colleagues and I recently went to the San Joaquin Valley in California, where this drought is threatening the drinking supply for thousands of rural residents, as well as the livelihoods for the farmers who grow a significant source of this country's food supply.
This devastating drought is not confined to California. It's impacting nearly all of the West. The red and brown colors on this map are what the government calls extreme and exceptional drought.
Governor Spencer Cox is asking Utahns to join in prayer this weekend for an end to the state's drought emergency.
We need more rain, and we need it now. We need some divine intervention.
Preacher John Pomeroy says it's part of a broader North American drought. Hits to the Canadian economy could be severe.
For we have transgressed the law and broken the ordinance. We are in the second curse, the drought.